Civil War.
S.
A
I'm
tier.
happy with us. Tony, you break the deadlock.
S.
All right,
Always
S it
S.
is.
It's so good. Spider-Man, Black Panther, the fight scene in the airport is just fight between Cap and Iron Man is like great. It's also really heartbreaking because Steve's like, but Bucky's my friend, and Tony is, well, I thought I was as well. And like you can see the heartbreak, and like their relationship could have been destroyed irreparably given that Steve sat on the knowledge of what happened to his parents.
In Steve's defense, like, he only really knew that Hydra had his parents killed. It was just the whole Bucky thing. There's only two issues I have with Civil War. For one, having the Avengers in it is awesome, but as a consequence,
Thank you.
it feels really crowded in some places. And the airport battle is spectacular, but it's also a little bit of a mess in some areas, like cinematography wise. In retrospect, Cap keeping the fact that Hydra killed Tony's parents from him feels a little bit flimsy. If he had known that Bucky killed him, then fair enough. But with it being explicitly said that he didn't know that it was Bucky, it kind of loses a point with me. Doctor Strange, I think, is another S tier.
I think A, because I enjoy the fuck out of this film. I really like it. Yeah, Caecilius is not good.
So
No.
I can't give it S. I can't.
Well, like the visuals, like of the mirror world and like all the bending and the.
Yeah, it's the best visuals in my
So
opinion in the
good.
Marvel films.
Given that most of the MCU, besides Thor, is mostly like technology and aliens, to bring magic into the MCU and give people like Doctor Strange, like the Ancient One, it's good to have that aspect of our version of the Marvel universe be explored.
Benedict Cumberbatch absolutely kills it as Strange, and he's got a really good character arc.
So what are we saying, eh?
I think A.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doctor Strange was A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I don't particularly like.
I don't like it.
Well, you're wrong.
What? Are you serious?
Put
But
it on the same tier as the first one.
Oh no.
no.
Why do you hate it?
One
That's
word.
good.
Drax.
Drax isn't like the most important character in that movie, though.
He's
It's
so
just not-
completely different to how he was in the first film, and it's so annoying. He completely ruins the experience of it for me.
And I thought this was a communal tier list.
No, this is a dictatorship.
The
Contract.
relationship between Gamora and Nebula is its strongest asset.
And I think everything that Gunn did right with like the music, the action sequences, and everything is dialed up to 11 in Volume 2, and it has such a beautiful ending.
Great soundtrack. I will support you on that. There are some good qualities, but for me, it just doesn't hit the same as the first one did.
I guess from like a certain standpoint, like Guardians, like the first one, it brought relatively obscure characters to the fore, and then you have like that's a whole unique experience.
It was so
Especially
out of left field. Oh, let's watch
Yeah.
this kind of space pirates with retro 80s and 90s music playing. Oh, okay, this is fantastic. And then 2 just feels like it's the same shit, but just not as good because it's, I guess, not new now.
Baby Groot and even Teen Groot don't live up to original Groot by a long shot. Peter is a bit uncharacteristically assholey in Volume 2. It's dialed up just a little bit for the sake of the plot.
Not saying Guardians 2 is dog shit, bro. It's not Hulk. Don't worry. It's still a good film. I still watch it happily. Just it isn't. It can't be on the same tier as Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Spider-Man, it doesn't rehash the whole Uncle Ben getting killed, and like it doesn't do all that again. Like he's already gone through the whole power and responsibility lesson.
My criticism of Homecoming is Peter's reliance on tech. It doesn't feel like Peter has as many personal stakes as the character has had historically. And I think as an MCU film, it's perfectly good. And I mean, it has some really good Spider-Man moments in there. For God's sake, it has the lifting the rubble scene that we were begging for ages. A, maybe B tier.
You see, there's this issue with MCU Spidey, which gets a lot of flack all the time. He's basically Iron Man Jr. And it's very apparent in this one with the whole heads-up display and Karen and everything. If we were to compare it to other Spider-Man films, it's better than all of the Andrew Garfield ones, but it's not got the same heart as the Tobey Maguire ones. I think the Tobey Maguire ones capture the essence of what makes Spider-Man a lot better. This, it's very MCU. But I will always remember that Vulture twist that caught me completely by surprise in the cinema. And I adore that. I think Vulture is a very good villain. As Dan said, that lifting the rubble moment, which is iconic from the comics, that's well deserved. It's either going to be A or B.
I would put it, now I think about it, at A, just because the tech abuse is way worse in Far From Home.
I feel like I put Far From Home A. I like Far From Home more than Homecoming. I don't know. Maybe B or A. I'm happy with either, actually. Really. It's definitely not S. Like, no chance. And it's better than Thor and Age of Ultron. So, yeah. A or B.
Which one?
A.
I'll go with B. Tony, you're breaking it. Sorry, man.
I would say A.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, it is.
Thor Ragnarok.
S tier.
I do like Thor Ragnarok. It's fantastic.
There's a lot of MCU films that I have trouble rewatching, but I have never lost any enjoyment rewatching Thor Ragnarok.
It's the best Thor film, obviously. I don't find myself busting to rewatch it.
Thor Ragnarok is like when they truly understood what the fuck Thor should be. He's such a shit character in pretty much all the Thor films because it's like MCU just like, yeah, we don't know what the fuck this guy is. He's so boring. And now they're like, oh, yeah, he's a goofy comedian. Okay, cool. The visuals in the film are fantastic as well. I love the planet they're on. I'd put it A. I can't put it A.
I'd put it on S tier.
I'd say definitely S. Again, like, it does that thing, it nails down, as you say, what Thor should be. Because Thor was, especially in the Dark World, he got really, like, depressing and dark and moody.
Yeah.
But, like, he's a space Viking, Like,
have a bit of fun with it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough next one, isn't it?
I think Black Panther is severely overrated.
I agree. It's great fucking visuals. Like when they go to like the spirit world, spirit plane, it's fantastic. It's cool.
Story that it tells has been done to death. Oh, hero gets beaten by villains, presumed dead, actually alive, nursed back to health, comes back, conquers villain. It's been done a billion times.
Yeah, but the setting and the characters are very refreshing, though.
What I will give Black Panther is I think its supporting cast is the best of any MCU film. I just don't like the CGI fight at the end also.
I hate it.
I would put it at C tier at least.
I think C is a bit harsh. I would say B.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong tier. Yeah, B tier.
I'd probably still watch Age of Ultron over it just because it's goofy, stupid fucking film. But yeah, it's above Age of Ultron. Yeah, it's B.
Yeah, B, yeah. Like, Chadwick is great in it. He's a good actor. Andy Serkis is that type of weird, crazy fun that's great. B, yeah, I'm happy with B.
Infinity War.
We can all agree that's yeah, right.
No debate, no conversation needed, just S, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's honestly perfect in every way. It was a film that when it was announced, it's basically going to be all the Avengers fighting a big ugly guy. I was like, this film's going to be awful because it's going to be so congested. How are they going to balance it? They balance it fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It's so compelling. There's an actual story. Thanos is just best Marvel villain ?
It does that thing where it makes the villain like Thanos is the main character. He goes on the quest. He goes on the hero's journey. He's the one who has an arc. Like, he wins. He wins his movie.
And you're almost like, I kind of see why you're doing this, and maybe in a certain perspective, you're right. Like it's such an interesting motivation.
Yeah,
Like
he's
people still meme on it. Like even fucking Marvel are memeing on it. Like
Yeah, they mean
Thanos in a What If episode. It's not genocide. It's
as all
random.
things.
The midnight viewing of it, I was sat next to Michaela. You know, me and her went to see it. Bradley pussied out and seen it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I can't remember. I was just not in the fucking mood.
Me and his girlfriend went to see it together.
Yeah.
Everybody gets snapped, and she turns to me and asks, well, "What's going on? What's happening?" And I have to try, bless her, explain it to her.
Bless
What's going on?
her.
Because we're all just so dumbfounded. But I'm in shell shock about what's happening. So my explanation is tinted of shock and horror.
Lawrence is going over in very important detail that Michaela has told me that there was a few tears that may have been coming from someone's face. I'm not sure who.
There was certainly the most chilling ending of.
Oh,
Oh,
totally.
But God, like when the credits rolled, the theatre erupted. Midway through the credits, and the words Avengers Infinity War come up, and then they
Yep.
turn to dust. We were all
Yeah.
like, oh, come on now. And then
They-
there's silence of black, and there's no mid-credits scene, and the credits go, and
Nope.
the theatre erupts again.
It was an event.
It was a moment in pop culture.
It's just that thing, like you go into it and you're like, okay, this is a Marvel film. There's gonna be a Marvel film, and you watch it, and yeah, okay, everything that's playing up is fantastic. And then he gets all the Infinity Gems, and you're like, okay, yeah, but it's a Marvel film. You know, he's
Mm.
about to do the bad thing, and then Thor comes out, and you're like, ah, here we go. It's a Marvel film. He's gonna
Yeah.
stop him. He throws the axe. So you're like, oh, okay, this is how it ends. This makes sense. And then they, fucking gave you the middle finger right up the rectum, and was like, nah, we're actually just gonna kill off everyone. How about them
Yeah.
apples?
Just the silence after the snap.
It's so fucking eerie, and you just watch people disappear, and the film has the audacity, and it's the cherry on the cake in terms of Thanos's character. He just goes to a fucking hut, just retires, and goes and
Mm.
watches the sun.
So yeah, S tier.
Yeah.